Bookstore Island. Chapters from Jeju. Hello everyone, my name is Chaeyoon and I'm a PD, producer and director of Arirang Radio. The first half of the year filled with non-stop work has flown by and it's already August. I've been working, recording, editing and creating new things. I feel proud and accomplished about all the work I've done. Looking out the window, I see the bright sun shining in the blue sky. Across from the company, there's a Umyeonsam mountain where people who look tiny are walking along the green path. I can almost smell the fresh forest air. I want to walk without thinking about anything. How important it is for a PD to have free and creative thoughts. I want to give myself the gift of a trip. A trip with no plans where I can empty my mind and recharge in a new place. I want to take a plane. On a plane to Jeju?
어서와 모두에게 끝끝에 끝내지 못한 얘기를 전부 들려줄게 순수한 마음만 담아서 배로가 너와 같은 우주 환영해 모두에게 우리의 이야기를 담은 이 섬에 전부 들려줄게 순수한 마음만 담아서 배로가
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jeju International Airport. Thank you for flying our airlines. We hope you have a happy time in Jeju, the island of love and romance.
I've arrived at a guest house. Instead of staying at the hotel alone, I booked a guest house to feel the vibe of being a traveler. I'm excited about the pleasant coincidence and relationship I'll encounter while traveling. The shared attic space in the guest house is charming. Lying on a beanbag chair, I watch the clouds drift through the window in the ceiling. Just as I feel like I'm alone in this quiet space, I hear someone coming up to the attic. Oh, it's another guest staying at the guest house. She looks about my age. We exchange an awkward nod. I'm not sure how much time passed, but I finally gathered the courage to talk to her. Excuse me, are you traveling alone?
Oh yes, are you traveling alone too?
Yes, I am. It's so quiet here. It feels like time has stopped.
I wanted to clear my thoughts, so I chose a quiet place to stay.
It's nice to be alone after always being in crowds, but it's also a bit lonely. I usually plan my trips, but I came with no plans this time. What are you doing today?
Oh, I'll work at a bookstore a little later.
Huh? Working at a bookstore as a traveler?
There's a program at a bookstore where travelers get to be the owner for a day.
Bookstores in Jeju? I never thought about visiting bookstores while traveling. Whenever I came to Jeju, I visited famous restaurants, looked at the sea, and stopped by popular tourist spots to take pictures. What kind of charm do these bookstores have that someone would work there while traveling? We chatted more and became friends. And I decided to follow my friend to Ihu Books After Books, where she was working as a one-day bookstore clerk. Chapter 1. Entering Ihu Books, the atmosphere was distinctly different from the maze-like large bookstores with their numerous shelves. Large bookstores can be overwhelming, making you unsure where to start and feel like you might get lost. But here, it's cozy and comfortable. More books are displayed with their covers facing out than those lined up on the shelves. The titles like 고양이의 크기, The Size of a Cat, and 경찰관 속으로, Inside the Policeman are intriguing. Each book has a recommendation note clearly showing the owner's personal touch. I approached the owner. Hello, what kind of books do you mostly have here?
Hello. About 70% are independent publications, and the rest are selected literary and essay works from general books.
Independent publications? What are those?
Well, it's hard to define in just one word, but you could say these are books independent from capital, readers, and the authors themselves. For example, even if someone isn't a full-time writer, they can create independent publications alongside their main jobs. So even a janitor or a restaurant worker can write books. They don't mass-produce these books. Even if it's just one copy, they make it to their liking with their capabilities. So unlike large publishers who need mass production to make money, independent publishers focus more on the act of creating the book themselves.
Maybe that's why I see books here that I wouldn't find in large bookstores.
Exactly. This is an independent bookstore, similar to independent publications. And these bookstores select and arrange books based on different criteria than large bookstores. And many of them only have books in one or two fields chosen by the owner. So customers come looking for books that match the owner's taste.
How did you start the one-day bookstore clock program?
Well, our main store is in Seoul. Since we travel back and forth between Jeju and Seoul, we often have to leave the Jeju branch vacant. So we thought, why not offer people accommodation in exchange for looking after the bookstore?
I approached to the one-day bookstore clock, my new friend, who was organizing the books. What kind of work are you doing?
Opening and closing the bookstore, choosing background music, organizing books, helping customers, and selling books. It's fun to see how people interact with books. I get to indirectly experience what kind of books people like. And most of all, I love that I can read as many books as I want in the bookstore.
How people interact with books. Everyone examines books with serious expressions. It feels like time has stopped. The curtains and book covers fluttering in the air conditioning tell me the time is passing. Watching the scene calms me and makes me feel good. I'm impressed by what my friend said after finishing her work as a one-day clock.
It makes my heart race to think I might be a small part of the customer's memories. I can strongly feel the energy of book lovers.
What is this energy of book lovers that makes a bookstore worth visiting while traveling? I want to visit other bookstores in Jeju. According to a survey by the Publication Industry Promotion Agency of Korea last year, Jeju has the highest number of bookstores compared to the population in Korea. Yes, the theme of this Jeju trip will be Bookstore Tour. It's amazing how an unexpected meeting can set the theme for a trip. Life is fun because the future is unpredictable. What stories will I encounter at other bookstores?
계속 읽고 싶어 달아 없어질 때까지 계속 읽고 싶어 해져 찢어질 때까지 계속 읽고 싶어 달아 없어질 때까지 계속 읽고 싶어 해져 찢어질 때까지
Chapter 2. I arrived at my second bookstore, Lava Books. It was a recommendation of the owner of Ihu Books. The interior is small but well decorated. Besides books, there are many cute stationery items like stickers, masking tape, notepads, and postcards. It's so cute! It's a space that people who love cute things will surely adore. Especially notable are the travel photo books and travel essays. I'm curious about the taste of the Lava Books owner who selected these books.
We have many essays. Since a lot of travelers visit, we focus on books that offer relaxation rather than difficult books. We avoid books that are too heavy or serious, and instead pick ones that are light and refreshing. Also, I love stories about people, so we have many essays. Essays contain the writer's full story.
How did you start this bookstore?
I used to work at a trading company in Seoul and made independent publications on the side. After quitting my job, I was physically and mentally exhausted. While thinking about what to do in Jeju, I decided it would be good to open a bookstore to introduce the travel photo books I was creating. So I started in a small scale.
Congratulations on the 9th anniversary of your bookstore.
Every time we come to Jeju, we buy a book at Lava Books to read during my travels.
We want to keep coming back.
Please stay here for a long time.
Aw, thank you. I'll do my best.
Wow, please stay here for a long time. That is so heartwarming.
Since this is one of the older bookstores in Jeju, there are people who say such things.
How have you managed to keep it going for so long?
There were challenges. Most local bookstores combine their business with a cafe or accommodation for extra income. I came to Jeju alone, so I don't have the burden of supporting a family. I work alone without staff and try to keep the bookstore open consistently. That effort has accumulated over 10 years, and I think the steady operation itself has been the biggest strength. Many travelers who need rest and comfort visit Lava Books. They often find just the right page in independent publications that can't be found in large bookstores. Every time I see someone touched with a sentence from the book, I thought, oh, I'm glad I kept the bookstore running. I'm doing well. This is how I found the strength to carry on.
Seeing customers happy provides the motivation to keep the bookstore open, and because it's consistently open, customers keep coming back. This is a positive cycle. To sustain something, there must have been help and encouragement from those around you. It makes me think about what comes from enduring and holding on. What do you consistently do? What makes you to do that consistently?
I'll be right here by your side, turning to pages where you and I belong. I am with you to see it through, 'cause no one else can write the endings for us, for us.
I came to Bijarin Forest because I wanted to walk. I fill my eyes with green trees, take a deep breath of the air, the trees exhale, and feel the damp yet cool air. I can't understand the birds' language, but I'm sure they are having a peaceful conversation. I remember what a friend I met at the guest house said about the energy that people who like books give. Why do we read books? Perhaps it's to reflect on ourselves through the stories of others and to grow more. I read other stories to understand myself. People who love books inevitably have open hearts. They have the will to listen to other stories. I think I finally understand the profound energy that they give. Chapter 3. This time, I'm visiting 사슴 책방, Dear Bookshop, a bookstore specializing in picture books. The path to the bookstore is filled with adorable and pretty flowers in the garden. I opened the entrance door feeling as if I was entering a sturdy castle made of red bricks. Wow, this is amazing.
Well, this book is a pop-up book that creates a stage for plays. It features scenes from famous classic picture books as a stage.
When I was looking at the picture book, the owner came to me and started explaining it kindly.
I'm a picture book author. I hope more people in Korea will come to love picture books. I want to teach adults how to appreciate picture books. Sometimes I even read them aloud, and many people are moved to tears.
What kinds are there?
Well, pop-up books have scenes that pop up three-dimensionally when you open the book. Flipbooks contain sequences of images that create motion when you flip through the pages quickly. Flapbooks have folded sections that you can lift to reveal new pictures underneath. Accordion books are folded in a zigzag pattern and can be stretched out sideways.
Wow, it looks like a birding screen.
Finally, paper cutting books are made by cutting out pieces of paper. They look beautiful even when you shine a light on them to see the shadows.
It's amazing. I thought picture books were just books with pictures, but I didn't know there were so many types.
Yes, that's right. I opened a picture bookstore to introduce the diverse and fascinating world of picture books. Many of the books here are ones I personally import from abroad, so you can find many books that aren't available in Korea. In large bookstores, these pop-up books are often wrapped in plastic, so you can't open them and see inside. I want people to be able to touch and see these various picture books. That's the only way to understand the types and joys of picture books.
It seems like the bookstore is a picture book museum and you are a curator. How should we appreciate picture books?
Picture book authors have a reason for drawing every blade of grass, flower, and animal. By paying attention to expressions and actions, you can understand the picture book more deeply. Reading picture books without words is also a fun way to use your imagination. Picture books are not just for children. Adults can enjoy them by looking at them through their own perspective without trying to interpret the author's intent. By closely observing the illustrations, you can feel the emotion and find peace of mind.
The garden at the bookstore entrance is very beautiful.
Well, I find a lot of comfort in pretty gardens and beautiful picture books. Even if it's not something edible or practical, there are things that make you happy just by looking at them. I wanted to create a fantasy entrance for people coming to the bookstore, especially those who come with a wounded heart or who love picture books. Entering this bookstore is like stepping into a fairy tale world. I want to gift people the moment their hearts open and soften as they enter with a sense of wonder.
I used to think that picture books are just for children, but a single page in a picture book gently touches one side of my heart. It feels like these books are asking busy adults if they have forgotten something important. Picture books come in all shapes and sizes with various types. They seem to say it's okay to live in our own unique ways and colors. Ah, how warm! Unexpected places are offering tender comfort. The owner's was about finding joy in pretty things that aren't necessarily useful or practical or memorable. What are things that give you joy simply by existing, even if they don't have a specific use? Chapter 4. A whole day has passed while visiting bookstores. Celebrating the first day of my vacation, I've come to a place to organize my thoughts alone. The entrance of Chaeyoon, the book drunkers, is quite striking. The door is designed to look like a bookshelf, making it seem like you're stepping into a bookshelf.
Welcome to Chaeyoon, Book Drunkers. This is a place where you travel the world through books. Let me explain the menu. It's divided by continents with alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and desserts available. Take your time to look around and choose as if you're traveling.
I've seen many bookstores that sell tea or coffee, but this is my first time seeing one that sells alcohol.
I love alcohol, books, and travel. Combining my favorite things just made sense. Books and coffee are a familiar combination, but people who love traveling often seek novelty rather than familiarity. The unusual combination of books and alcohol was more appealing.
So are there drinks ones you've tried during your travels?
Yes, the menu consists of the most delicious drinks I've tasted while traveling. I recently introduced a new menu item from my latest trip.
That's wonderful. So is a book like an airplane or train for you, a way to travel?
More than an airplane or train, a book enriches limited knowledge. A book contains the essence of someone's time and wisdom, which you can absorb with a little time and money. The wisdom I gain from books nourishes me the most. We have books in 5 categories: travel, books, alcohol, Jeju, and photography. Over there, we have reading copies not restricted to any genre.
While waiting for my drink, I look around the bookstore. Seeing the bookshelf shaped like a world map makes me curious about one more thing. Have you ever watched Arirang TV while traveling abroad?
Yeah, of course. I've seen it in many countries. It's not hard to find while flipping through channels.
Wow, that's gratifying. I work there. I wonder which country the listeners of this story are in. Someday, I definitely want to visit Canada, the country of a girl I love, and of Green Gables. Where do you want to travel? What's holding you back, or do you have plans? Travel reveals your true self. In unfamiliar places, you find out what you like and what your priorities are by asking yourself questions. Listening to the bookstore owner stories, I realized that books and travel share common ground. When we want to grow and enrich our lives, we either read books or go on trips. I never imagined that my spontaneous trip to Jeju would turn into a bookstore journey. Enduring difficulties to protect what you love, conveying beauty and comfort through picture books, traveling through books to find oneself. Each bookstore is like a book with its own story, representing someone's life. Hearing these vivid life stories makes my heart race. My mind is filled with stories. I wonder what moments and stories I will encounter at the next bookstore. I'm excited! Please look forward to more stories from other bookstores. See you soon! Bye!